What's up, peeps? Julian Williams here with the distance video for you guys this evening. I want to say this is video number 9 or 8, one of the two. Usually when I make videos these days, it's like with Netflix. You know that the season's coming with all the episodes. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Every time I come out with, a video, it's not going to be just one. It's probably going to be, 4 or 5. So I'm kind of making up for lost time as well, since I've been, in and out for the last year or so. And then also another thing too is I'm kind of low on videos this year. So this is the reason that you do see a lot of videos coming at 1 or 2 times. I make a lot of videos kind of to make up for lost time when I was sick. And there was a lot of stuff I just hadn't had much of a chance to really talk about. That just came with being sick because, it wasn't really on my mind, or it was something I wanted to make a video for within the last 4 years. And I just didn't have time for it. So this is the reason that you do see me being very busy and prolific with videos. And I do it back to back as well. I took a little bit of a break a few minutes ago, after I did like 7 or 8 straight with no research. So I'm gonna do about 3 or 4 more, and then I'm gonna be done for the evening. And hopefully I'll be back later this week and maybe come back with 10 more. We'll see. Same with peeps. This one's going to be regarding George Groves versus Carl Froch. The fight has been signed. I know that it's still being finalized as we speak. As far as I know, last time I checked, it's going to be for the IBF and WBA Super Middleweight Championship, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, look, it's Sylvester Stallone and Carl Weathers. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. George Groves and Carl Froch. This is a fight that is going to be huge in the UK. It's going to be one of the biggest all-British boxing events in quite some time. I know that David Haye against Ali Harrison was huge back in 2010, and then there were a couple decent UK cards. I believe the Magnificent Seven was in the UK about 2-3 years ago. That was pretty good, and Chisora was pretty big. And there's one I'm thinking of at the time. It was the Kell Brook against Carson Jones. That card was pretty big as well. I'm not sure of the numbers because I really don't look at, gate numbers and things of that nature. But as far as I can tell, they did well they did well from a stadium and promotional standpoint. So in this event, George Groves versus Carl Froch has potential to be one of the biggest. You have a young super middleweight who's been on a roll since defeating James DeGaulle in 2011. That was another big event. He's been on a roll for quite some time. So. And then you have Carl Froch, he's on a roll. He defeated Lucien Butte. He's coming off a good winning streak after the loss to Andre Ward in the Super 6 finals. So, this is a really good fight on paper. I think it's going to be a sold-out event in the UK. A young, up-and-coming super middleweight against a veteran super middleweight who's proven, who's getting better with time. And then you have a young fighter who's just not there yet. Just yet, but of course this is like a huge test. James DeGaulle, that was a good fight for him, of course. That was a good fight. Glenn Johnson, of course, got some rounds against him. And Glenn Johnson's, way past his prime, however, very intelligent and aged well in the sport. However, Carl Froch, I think, is a huge leap up for George Groves at this point. I would like to see him fight maybe Robert Stieglitz, one of the other champions, prior to taking this one. But you gotta respect George Groves for going in and he's facing Carl Froch, who's on a roll. After the rematch with Kessler, then that stupid fight with Yusuf Mack. I don't know why they did that one, but the fight. Ever since his loss to Andre Ward in the finals of the Super 6 back in December of 2011, Froch is, like I said, has been on a roll. And of course, George Groves is riding high as well. He's undefeated, 19-0, 15 knockouts. Carl Froch, his losses are only to, good fighters. And and with Carl Froch, as I mentioned before, he's getting better. He's gotten better with time. So only time will tell, how both of them are going to step it up for this fight. This is a great, solid matchup. I really hope that HBO or one of the American television stations takes the time, or even the ESPN3 takes the time to showcase this fight, because it's a really good fight to showcase, and also it's a good time to showcase some UK talent as well. Maybe some of the Olympians like the Anthony Joshua, or even showcase Jamie McDonald, and just other UK fighters, because this is going to be a huge money maker in the UK. So we'll see. So anyway, peeps, let me know what you think. That was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.